Welcome back. In this video, we're going to learn more about some of the Raylib functions in the Raylib library. We're going to learn how to clear the background of the window, allowing us to wash it with one of the Raylib colors built into the Raylib library. We'll learn about double buffering, which is a technique that Raylib uses when drawing an image to the screen in the Raylib window. And we'll learn that we have to clear the background to avoid flickering due to this double buffering technique. Let's get started. Now here's our while loop that's keeping our window open. Raylib contains two important functions that we'll need to call in here. They're begin drawing and end drawing. These functions aid in the setup and teardown of the canvas, which is what Raylib calls the area in the window where things like text and shapes get drawn. Here's the window and here's the canvas area. Begin drawing and end drawing do the heavy lifting behind the scenes to get the window drawn to the screen properly. We'll also be making a function call to clear background, which clears the canvas. Clear background takes an input parameter for the color. The Raylib library has colors built in, such as white in all caps. These variables just work magically with functions that require Raylib colors. We must clear the background or else the screen will flicker, which can be dangerous if you're prone to seizures. This is because once we start calling begin drawing and end drawing, Raylib starts using a technique called double buffering. In a program that has a canvas like this, the image is constantly being updated many times per second. So even though it looks like a moving image, we're really just seeing a bunch of still images updating very rapidly. Each time Raylib shows us one image, it's busy constructing the next image behind the scenes, pixel by pixel. Now, Raylib doesn't want us to see the construction of the image one pixel at a time, so it shows us the current image while it's busy constructing the next one. This image under construction behind the scenes is called a frame buffer. Once the image is ready, Raylib stops showing the old image and shows the new one, then gets busy creating the next frame buffer behind the scenes. If we don't clear the background, Raylib will switch between its default white canvas and its empty frame buffer, which is black. Switching between these two causes rapid flashing, many times per second. But if we call clear background each time the image is updated, this causes the canvas to be washed with the color that we pass in. So as a quick challenge, add these functions to your while loop. You'll add function calls to begin drawing, clear background, and end drawing. For clear background, pass in red in all caps. Use start debugging to start the program and stop debugging to end it. Pause the video and try this now. Okay, so here's our program, and I'm inside the while loop, and I'm just going to call begin drawing, and at the end of the while loop, I'm going to call end drawing, and right here in between, I'll add a call to clear background. And clear background takes a color as its input parameter, and I'm going to use Raylib's red. And I've got semicolons for all of my function calls. I'm ready to run this program. So I'm going to go to Run and Start Debugging. Now here's our window, and here's the canvas, which we've used clear background to wash with red. Notice because we're calling begin drawing and end drawing each time the while loop executes, we can move the window around, we don't see that little circular icon, and we can actually minimize the window. Now, we can't close the window because we haven't set up that functionality yet, but we'll get to that. For now, let's close our program. We'll go to Run and Stop Debugging. Okay, so in summary, we have learned that we need to use the begin drawing and end drawing functions from the Raylib library and able to set up our canvas so that it's drawn properly to the screen in our window. We've learned that these functions handle the setup and teardown of the window, and we've learned that we must use the clear background function in order to clear the canvas to a specific color. We learned that we must clear the background in order to avoid flickering, which is a result of Raylib's use of the double buffering method to update the image in the canvas for the window. So now that we know how to clear the background, in the next video we're going to learn how to actually close the window. So stay tuned.